The morning spread upon the mountains.
Go ahead.
A great people and a strong. There has not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
I guess not. How many times have you known an army of 200 million to be? You understand? He said, ain't never been an army like this, and never will be again, even unto the years of many generations. Go ahead and read on.
A fire devoured before them.
Go ahead.
And behind them a flame burneth.
Go ahead.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Well, I guess so. When 200 million come through there, what else can they leave? You understand what I'm saying? But desolate wilderness. You know, they said it was like the Garden of Eden when they came through there, and after they came through there, it was desolate wilderness. 200 million. I guess so. Go ahead and read.
Yea, and nothing shall escape
And
them.
ain't nothing going to escape. Go ahead and read.
The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run.
Go ahead.
Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
You see what we are dealing with? We are dealing with war here. That's what we are dealing with. As a strong people set the battle array. Skip down to verse 10 now. Go ahead and read.
The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Here we have it again, don't we? Everything goes back to the sign to let you know exactly what time we are dealing with here. This is our identifying sign here to always keep us informed as to what time we are dealing with. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great.
Wait, the Lord shall utter his voice before who?
His
before
army.
his army?
His army.
His army.
Wait a minute, you mean this atheist country up here is the Lord's army?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. I told you that earlier, but you wasn't paying attention. So now he said the Lord gonna utter his voice before his army. You understand? An atheist country now. But the reason he's called the Lord's army is because the Lord raised them up. Just like the Lord raised Nebuchadnezzar up.
Yes,
Nebuchadnezzar didn't even believe in the true and living God. But the Lord raised him up to do his bidding, didn't he? It wasn't until the Lord knocked him down and made him eat grass like an ox that he even acknowledged the true and living God.
Yes, sir.
But nevertheless, the Lord called him his army, right? Because the Lord raised him up to do what he wanted him to do. You know, I need you to go down there and knock off Egypt, Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, I'll do that for you. And then he raised up Assyria to go down there and knock off somebody. And he said, now, Assyria, because you took care of that business for me, I'm going to give you Egypt. That is how your God operates. You understand what I'm saying? So now, the Lord then raised up this army in the last day to do his bid. Go ahead and read on. Now he said, the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. Go ahead and read on.
For his camp is very great.
Go ahead.
For he is strong that executed his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
Yes, it is. It is great and it is very terrible. And he said, who can abide it? Let's go now to Isaiah chapter 13, because Isaiah told you about it as well. Isaiah chapter 13, and we'll begin reading this time at verse 1. Isaiah 13, and we'll pick it up at verse 1. 13 and 1. 13 and 1. 13 and 1. Isaiah told you the same thing, and we're going to read it here, and we're going to even help understand who these two great powers that's going to be heading up the east and that will be heading up the west. Start reading at Isaiah 13 and began at verse 1. Go ahead and read.
The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see.
What Babylon are we dealing with? We're dealing with the Babylon that we read about in the 17th chapter of Revelation. Babylon the Great, the last. This is end time stuff. You know, ancient Babylon, it's long been gone. You know, it left off the scene around 600 or so, 537 or 8 BC. It left off the scene, and that Babylon long been gone. But this is a Babylon that will be around at the end time here. Because this is end time stuff that we are reading about here. So now what Babylon are we reading about? Babylon the Great, the one that we read about in the 17th chapter of Revelation, that's going to be around, that's going to fight against the Lord at his coming. Go ahead and read on.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
Go ahead.
Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger.
Oh, what the Lord say? I've commanded my sanctified one.
Yes.
You know what? Sanctified don't mean righteous and holy. Sanctified means set aside. You understand what I'm saying? They have been set aside to do what? To do the Lord's bid. Now the Lord said, I've commanded my sanctified one. Go ahead and read on.
Even them that rejoice in my highness.
Go ahead.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdom of nations gathered together. Who is instigating all this? Go ahead and read.
The Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle.
The Lord of hosts mustered the host to the battle. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord have stirred up these nations. You know that his will might be done. Go ahead and read on.
They come from a far country,
Go ahead.
from the end of heaven,
Uh-huh.
even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation,
Go ahead.
to destroy the whole land.
Go ahead and read.
Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand.
Uh-huh.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
And all this end time stuff that we're reading. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and it will come as destruction from the Almighty. Skip down to verse 9 and continue reading.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh,
Go ahead.
cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate,
Uh-huh.
and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
See, you ain't got to, if you're on the right side, you ain't got to worry about it. But if you're on the wrong side, then you got a real problem. He said, the day of the Lord cometh and, to destroy the land and to destroy the sinners out of it, it said. Go ahead and read on.
For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
Here we have it again, don't we? Everywhere you see the Lord in this destruction, you always see this sign here. You know, the stars of heaven falling, and the sun and the moon not giving her light. Go ahead and read on.
The sun shall be darkened in its going forth,
Go ahead.
and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Go ahead. And what is the Lord going to do at that time? Go ahead and read.
And I will punish the world for their evil,
Uh-huh.
and the wicked for their iniquity.
As long as you ain't one of the wicked, you don't have to worry about it. But the Lord said, at that time, I'm going to punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. Go ahead and read.
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease,
Uh-huh.
and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Now, I want you to skip down to verse 17, because we already know who one of these powers is, don't we? We know it's Babylon the Great, right? That we know today as the Roman Empire. Now, let's find the other one. Go ahead and read.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
Wait a minute, you're going to stir up who against them?
The Medes.
The Medes. Who is the Medes? That is Russia. Thank you very much. You got the kings of the east sitting right here. Russia, the Medes, as they call them in the Bible. Go ahead and read.
Which shall not regard silver.
Go ahead.
And as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Look at it. You can't buy your way out of this one. You got this head whooping coming, buddy, and ain't nothing you can do to get out of it. You can't. I don't care how much silver you got or how much gold you got. They not going to delight in silver. Neither will they delight in gold. Go ahead and read on.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces.
Go ahead.
And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb.
Uh-huh.
Their eyes shall not spare the children.
Now, this got to be a ruthless people here. And when you're dealing with Russia, you are dealing with a ruthless people. Make no mistake about it. Go ahead and read on.
And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency,
Uh-huh.
shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Now, let's go to Joel this time. Let's go to Joel chapter 3, and we'll pick it up at verse 9. Joel 3 and 9. 3 and 9. Three and 9. Okay, go ahead and read. 3 and 9. Go ahead.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Uh-huh.
Prepare war.
Go ahead.
Wake up the mighty men.
Uh-huh.
Let all the men of war draw near.
Now he said, prepare this among the nations. Wake up the people. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Go ahead and read.
Beat your plowshares into swords,
Uh-huh.
and your pruning hooks into spears.
Go ahead.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
In other words, I want all nations down here, and I want them armed. Don't just show up armed. You understand what I'm saying? Even a little bitty nation, you come with your arm, whatever you got. If you ain't got nothing but a bow out, come with that. But when you show up, come on. Because I want every one of you down here in this valley. I'm going to whoop everybody in this valley then you going to know who run this thing. Because the nations don't understand that God run this thing. They think they run it, but God going to make it very clear who run this. Go ahead and read on.
Assemble yourselves and come.
Assemble yourselves and come, all of you. Go ahead and read.
And gather yourselves together round about.
Go ahead.
Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Go ahead.
Let the heathen be wakened.